Hey guys, sorry that I haven't said anything in a while, but it's been kind of sort of busy at home. Nothing major, but it just kept me from recording anything at all, even a little update. So that's what I'm doing now. So sorry about that. And yeah, let's get going because I'm trying desperately to make this under 10 minutes. Because when I did my 100 subs video, that actually ended up as 20 minutes, and I had to cut it down and speed it up, so it ended up being 11 minutes. Yeah, I hope it doesn't happen today. So, update, meaning, what the hell am I gonna do next? I know that at the end of second encounter, a lot of people have asked if I'm gonna do Serious M2, and which is a bit weird, because at the end of that very video I said I probably won't be doing it anytime soon. And that only has confirmed a bit more since then, because I've had a look how to get hold of it, and even on Germany's famed software pyramid, where older games are dirt cheap, it still is around 15 euros, and I'm not shelling out 15 euros for a sort of old game that actually shows its age. Because, I'm kind of a graphics whore, if you haven't noticed. So I really not really into that. I don't really want to do it right now. I might do it down the road if I can find it cheap or something. I mean, cheaper, because really, I paid 18 for the other two Series M games, but they were HD remakes. They were new and shiny, and they look expensive. Yeah, not that I don't mind old games, but I play them a lot like that. But I don't know. They kind of shouldn't look too dated. I was also wondering if Series M2 even runs in widescreen, because a lot of games during that time didn't, but apparently it does, according to the internet. But I had been wondering that because I noticed that another old game that I had actually considered and mentioned before doesn't do it natively. But with the help of, again, the internet, I did find a sort of, well, it's not a hack, it's just, a little mod, and not even that, just rewrites stuff on its own, for Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. That's right, Sands of Time, the first in the Sands of Time trilogy. Not the not Forgotten Sands, the very new one. I don't really want to play that one, or the one without the subtitle from what was it, 2007, 8, 9, 8? I think it was 8, maybe 7. Though I did like that one, but it's not a very good game to LP. It's not very exciting. Sands of Time, however, is. So I was considering that. I'm still strongly considering doing that, because, as mentioned, I did find something that makes it run in widescreen, which is kind of important if you have a widescreen, well, monitor. So yeah, that needed a little work, but it worked. Same as with Republic Commander, which also doesn't have native widescreen support, but I found a way to do it, and Prompt DLP did. So yeah, I would do only Sands of Time though, but not Warrior Within, Two Thrones, and, as said, not Forgotten Sands. First of all, I don't have Forgotten Sands. I don't want to pay the 40 euros or whatever it sells for to get it. Because, quite frankly, I think it's a movie cash-in. Maybe it's not too bad. Some reviews don't seem to think it's bad, but I don't feel like it. And, well, I almost said World of Warcraft, because I wrote it down as WW. Warrior Within and Two Thrones, I never actually finished those games. I got to the end boss and they annoyed me with their stupid QuickTime events and stuff, and actually they don't have any, but I'm pretty sure they do. I don't know. They annoyed me and I never beat them. Yeah, I freely admit that. It kind of sucks, but hey, it really annoyed me. More than anything Serious M ever threw at me, or whatever it was in any other game. Speaking of Serious M and other games, I kind of want a break from all the first-person shooters, because they're getting old, and I'm becoming kind of a one-trick pony. Because Because the only one ALP that is not a first-person shooter was Trine, and nobody watched that. I specifically looked up the view counts earlier today, and yeah, nobody watched that. So if I do Sands of Time, nobody will watch that either. I'm afraid. So that's why I'm asking first. For your permission? I don't know. Just what you think about that. I mean, it is a nice game, and even though it's also old and shows its age, just like Serious Sam 2, I'm sure it does. I've only seen some short YouTube videos and screens, but I think it does show its age. No, so does Sands of Time, but it still has a very, very good design, which I cannot say of Serious Sam 2. I agree with the critics that say that that the departure is a bit too much. But let's not get into that, because again, I haven't played it, so that's not a final judgment or anything. It's just a first impression, and again, I can't afford it. I have Sands of Time, so I'd really like to do that. Yeah. Also, with the break from first-person shooters, I don't have a lot of other options, because I really suck at real-time strategy, and I don't even own that many. 3 or 4 real-time strategy games. And all of them are in German, by the way. So, no LPing them anyway. And I also would never do an RPG, because they're way too talky. They're just way too cutscene heavy and everything, so... yeah, no. They're horrible to LP. I watched some Mass Effect 2 LPs when it came out, because people did them at the time, and it was a pain to get through them, because I've played the game myself at the same time, so I knew all the cutscenes already, or most of them, with the choices and everything. Hence, all that I have left is action adventures, I suppose. So it's either Prince of Persia or something else I had in mind for a while was Splinter Cell, preferably Chaos Theory, but I'd be open to do all 3 of them. Mine, I would never do Double Agent. And Splinter Cell Conviction has a checkpoint system which makes it impossible to LP. Stupid checkpoint systems. However, the very bad downside to that is that I'm very slow and very careful when it comes to stealth games or stealth section in games, which you might have noticed when I took ages to get through them in Metro 2033. Where I did go through them really slowly, and not just the stealth sections, but also the action scenes in broad daylight. I went about them very carefully. So if you thought that was too careful and slow, then it'll be 10 times worse when I do if I do Splinter Cell. Same goes actually for Arkham Asylum, because that's mostly stealth. And my fighting is awkward, I admit that right away, but I wouldn't worry about that. I got through the game like 2 or 3 times now, and I'd be up for a 3rd or 4th time while LPing that, even though it's fairly new and there are plenty of LPs of it, but it looks gorgeous and it's a wonderful game, and it's not a first-person shooter, and I love it. And but again, I would go about it very slowly. So if you really can't stand that, then tell me never to do Splinter Cell or Arkham Asylum or any other stealth game. And all this because my dilemma is that all the new stuff that's come out recently and everything that's coming up all throughout the goddamn year sucks. Nothing interests me at all in the slightest. Maybe E3 will change that. I don't know what they'll announce, but how much can they announce that comes out in the next few months? I don't think anything will come of that. So yeah, there is literally nothing I would want to play right now that's fairly recent or coming up, except maybe, and but I'll just keep an eye out for it, Darksiders, which has generally favorable reviews on Metacritic, and but of course that's a console game, so if the port is absolutely terrible, then speaking of console game, it probably has a checkpoint system, doesn't it? But then so do the Zeldas, which this game rips off horribly, so there is that. Again, I might keep a lookout for that and do the PC port if it isn't absolutely atrocious. I'll try to find that out and maybe consider it, but I'll probably forget about it, and yeah. So yeah, I'm running out of time. Tell me what you think about Prince of Persia or any of the other things I mentioned, and have a nice weekend. Thanks. Bye.